Greetings, Sentinels fans. As indicated by my recent episode, it's time to do a proper deep dive into Expatriette's new Definitive Edition deck. Let's rock. Of course, if you want to get all the context of how much of an improvement the Definitive Edition version is, you may want to check out the last deep dive I did on her. Wow, that video was a few years ago at this point. Time flies, doesn't it? Let's start with her guns and ammo, and while they seem to be the same as Enhanced Edition at first glance, you will notice some small but vital changes. First off, ammo no longer needs to be slotted into a gun when played. It just sits in the play area. Now why is this significant? Two things. First, you can play it without guns in play, so you can still get it out if you have no guns to play and still want to use the power. And second, you don't need to lock in the ammo you use when you fire your gun. If you find that the cryo bullets are better than the hollow points for this attack, you can use those now. Heck, if you want to save them, you don't have to use either. That aside, the guns and ammos have been buffed a little bit. Incendiary rounds now cause irreducible damage in addition to the +1 and the fire damage switch. Shock rounds will auto-kill enemies that drop to 3 hit points or less. The hollow points are completely unchanged. The cryo rounds, however, have a new effect. They provide a +1, just like the incendiaries, and if the gun that fires them destroys a target, then you can bury that target instead of putting it in the trash, which can be helpful against many villains. Nice small buffs, but ultimately not too different. The guns got a nice upgrade though. Pride and Prejudice are now one card, instead of two separate ones, freeing up some space in your deck for new stuff and allows you to get them out with a single card play. And they still do the same thing. 2 damage to 1 target plus an ammo, then repeat. 2 damage to 1 target plus an ammo, if you so choose. Her submachine gun still does 1 damage to all evildoers, but now it allows Expat to either draw a card or play an ammo. Her assault rifle, along with the 2 damage to 3 targets, now allows her to give a card draw to any one hero, including herself if she wants. Her combat shotgun has been switched out for the double barrel shotgun, which still does 4 damage, but she can use 2 different ammos for the same shot. Not only do these changes give you additional reasons to choose some guns over others, but it also kinda assigns some extra intentionality to her actions. Expatriette is not just trying to fill the bad guys with lead, but she could also be providing covering fire, occupying the villains while she comes up with a plan, or gets an ally into position. But now, let's look at her ongoings and one-shots, and I will say, this is where the big improvements come in. First, Fistful of Lead, which is a card that makes me wonder if a few playtesters were thinking about my past video on this subject when they were making this deck. Yes, to add another comparison to Wraith, Expat gets essentially her own utility belt. This card lets her use 2 powers on her turn, essentially getting her to fire lots of guns at once, and it gives her a power that allows her to draw more cards. This really does bump up Expat's ability to be a machine of death. Her new hair trigger reflexes is a bit different, which I think some of you are a bit sad about, but now she has a reaction that deals 2 damage and lets her draw a card. But the one-shots, hoo boy! Starting with Targeted Explosion. Just like RPG Launcher, it destroys an ongoing or an environment card, and it is now 2 damage to 3 targets, instead of the 2 targets in Enhanced Edition. Explosion be bigger! Not more deadly, but bigger. Okay, not a particularly exciting change there. So how about the new Arsenal Access? This one has Expat discover a gun and an ammo, before drawing a card and playing an item card. This lets her get a ton of stuff on the field. Get this in your starting hand and she's ready to go on turn 1. Oh wait, does this card have too much of an element of chance to you? Well, let's try Black Market Contacts. This card allows you to discard cards in your hand and summon that many item cards +1. Not discover, not collect, summon. Whatever dang guns and ammo you want, boom, right on the field. Not sure what kind of money she's spending to get these guns, but since this isn't an RPG where you need to keep an eye on finances, that don't matter, now do it. But we aren't done with gathering guns. Oh no, we now have Lock and Load. That has a few effects for us. First, we summon any gun of our choice. Then, we shuffle Expat's trash into her deck. And then, we discover as many ammo cards as there are guns in play. This particular effect makes me happy, as it takes these sometimes underwhelming ammo cards and puts a bunch in play for almost nothing. Also, as an extra bonus, one of your friends may play the top card of their deck. So to recap, a gun of your choice, an ammo for each gun, resetting your deck, and helping out a friend. And now we get to my favorite cards, her team planning cards. She has two, Comprehensive Plan and Backup Plan. These run on a theme. With Comprehensive Plan, a hero may either take a card from the trash and put it on top of their deck, or they can draw a card. Then, a second hero can use a power. Then, a third hero can play a card. Expatriette herself can be any one of these heroes, but each effect must target a different person. Getting heroes to do stuff outside their turn is awesome, and will only continue to get more awesome as the game develops. And the nice thing about Comprehensive Plan is that you can have Expat be the third hero, thus continue playing cards. Imagine playing a Comprehensive Plan and then immediately going to the Backup Plan. Backup Plan first has Expat discover either a gun or an ammo, your choice. And then 3 heroes get to do a thing. First hero deals 3 damage, second hero heals 2, and third hero can salvage an item. Again, Expatriette can be any one of these. Using either one of these cards kind of feels like having the Ghost Virtuosos with you. You get so much nice stuff. It's also worth noting that a lot of these effects are very useful for the Dark Watch members in particular. You see the big differences here? She's been giving a lot of hypercharged one-shots that let her do a lot of things at once. Huge amounts of setup or instant actions or even support. The main parts of her original deck, the guns and ammo, got some boosts, but otherwise didn't change much. It's all these one-shots that really kicked its deck into high gear. There are a few things that were lost though. First is that there is no Flak Jacket, which reduces Expatriette's defensive ability a bit. She isn't as defenseless as Ra, since she still has healing in the form of Backup Plan, but with the cryo rounds changed and the Flak Jacket gone, she will likely get more hurt. Second, we are now missing Unload, and this one makes me sad. Expatriette being able to use all her guns in one turn was a fun thing in Enhanced Edition. Just shooting all the guns. Now Fistful of Lead is a decent replacement, since 2 guns every turn can work out better than all the guns in one, but I did like the power trip of Unload. Expat also has 4 variants, and none of them the same as the ones from Enhanced Edition, so we have some new territory here. Her base variant allows her to deal 2 damage and play an item card, which is a very nice thing, because now she's actually able to deal damage even if she doesn't have a gun in play, which has always been an issue from her original deck. But she still does the thing where she plays either a gun or an ammo, essentially still keeping the spirit of the effect from Enhanced Edition. Expatriette's Dark Watch version has her discard an ammo card in order to deal 5 irreducible damage to an enemy. And this does kind of bring in something that people were expecting. What about sniper rifles? After all, snipers are kind of a given for most Hitman-like characters, and it wasn't used in Enhanced Edition in any way. Well, now it's there, and it's a pretty nice effect. 5 damage is nothing to sneeze at. It does get replaced by the shotgun, since you still need to spend an ammo in order to use the sniper, and you can use that ammo on the shotgun and still get the bonus. But it's a nice thing to have, and the irreducible damage is always good. First appearance Expatriette has her discover an item card, and if that item card happens to be an ammo, she draws 2 cards. This is excellent for the early game, obviously, because she needs her guns, and this allows her to get those guns quickly. But if she also gets an ammo, then she could get some of those awesome one-shots that we like. Her Eclipse variant is one that is pretty fun as well. Essentially, when you use this power, she draws 4 cards in her deck and discards all of the item cards that she drew. This essentially means that you get your ongoing cards and the one-shots, the awesome cards. So what you do lose with ditching the guns, you gain back with the amazing cards that were added into the deck. And it's not like she doesn't have other methods of getting her guns. She still has arsenal access. She still has the salvage from Backup Plan. So she can still go into a firefight, but now she's able to mill through her deck in order to get the amazing one-shots. It is kind of weird though, since this is the version of her that is the least teamworky. As in the lore, this is her working on her own without consulting her friends on Dark Watch. So the fact that this lets her get Comprehensive Plan and Backup Plan is kinda weird. But this also lets her get Fistful of Lead, Arsenal Access, and Black Market Contacts, which are all cards that purely benefit her. So it's not like this is completely athematic. But overall, the changes have not only made Expatriette more viable, but also more fun. The huge boost to action economy and more focus on her planning and intelligence has gone a long way. And with that, I take my leave. Be sure to like and subscribe, you know, the usual. And I hope to see you next time. Take care, friends. time to do a birdie. Give me a minute. Sorry about that. First, I definitely need to eat later. I am losing my concentration a lot this morning. So how about the new Arsenal? You see the big differences here? She's been given a lot of stuff, blah, 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 blah. Okay. I forgot to like, put in discussion of variants, so if the variant discussion sounds a little awkward, it's because I didn't actually script this out. And I actually need to look up her first appearance variant, so bear in mind. Editing me is gonna hate me. Scriptwriter me is really dropping the ball, and editor me has to pick up the pieces. So not only have her variants become much more useful, they become much more interesting as well. Ah, shit. I forgot Eclipse. Now I can get back to the script. But yeah, overall, the changes not only made Expatriette, blah, blah, blah. I'm a hot mess today.